spent time with him, really socially more than I have, in a coaching setting. But I've followed him from afar because I've played against him, and coached against him for so many years. When he won a national championship at UMass, I was at Rhode Island. When he was the head coach at Brown, I'm at Rhode Island. So we had to defend him. So as a defensive coach, who's hard to defend and who do you respect it. And the one thing I always thought stood out about Mark Whipple was every quarterback he touched turned to gold. I don't care if it was a kid named Bankhead. It was like every year you're going, okay, they lost their quarterback. We're going to get him this year. And all of a sudden they have another guy. And you're like, where did he, So, he to me had a way with quarterbacks in a passing game. And I think with the way our run game was, that my job was to really fix our passing game and bring someone that could really change and make an impact in our receivers and our quarterbacks, and that's kind of what went into that decision. So I've known him for a long time, and we've known each other for a long time. He's watched our defense, and I've watched his offense, and it's getting really cold in him too. And then Chris Beatty, I've known for a long time. I shouldn't say I've not known him quite as long as I've known Mark Whipple, but I've known his name for a long time, and he's well-respected recruiter out there. One of the best. He's beaten us out a couple kids in the past. Who was that? And it was the masked man was Chris Beatty, and so we're excited to have him here as well. He brings a wealth of experience. He's been on some different staffs. He's worked with people that I know personally. One and being Joe Novak that I've talked to, who worked with him at Northern Illinois. And I worked for Joe for 3 years. So you call around and you look into him, and he's a class act in every way. You guys will have an opportunity to meet both those guys and get a chance to interact with them, but they're a great addition to our staff.
What do you think of the transfer portal so far? It seems like there's like thousands of names in there. Is that what you thought it was going to happen?
There's actually, I've been like when people ask or high school coaches ask, like this week, I'm trying to think what day it was. One day I said there's 1,800 or something, but I was exaggerating. Because I knew there was 14. There was 1,400. I heard when at the AFCA convention on Wednesday, head coaches 7 o'clock meeting. So I've kind of gradually gone up. So there's over 2,000 right now. Probably 20. I'm throwing this number at like 2,200 right now. I'm guessing just because it's been 24 hours since I heard there was over 2,000. So it's become really a mess. I don't know if I'd say it's good, bad. It's free agency. I've talked to a lot of high school coaches about it. I think it just gives the kids a way to find a different place if things don't go perfect. I really don't like it at all. I think kids are going to make a lot of bad decisions, and we're just teaching the kids that there's an easier way to get out of this. Instead of working hard and trying to improve your status wherever it is. And I'm sure if there's reasons to transfer, there's reasons to transfer. But when you have 20 guys on your team transferring and whatever it is, it's like really. I feel bad for some of these coaches out here that really have a problem with the kids just wanting to make a move. And I think it's bad for college football. I think it's terrible for junior college football because there's shit. Junior colleges, those places will go broke because now it's free agency. That's the junior college ball. Why go to a junior college when you can just kind of wait there, look on your phone, look at the portal, and scroll through and find out who you like? Kind of a mess.
Guys from your team approach you about saying, "Hey, coach, I want to put my name in there now that I can do this." Doesn't mean I'm leaving.
Yeah, we've had no. Well, let's put it this way: if a kid's name goes in the transfer portal, you can just pretty much kiss him goodbye. Because I'm not going to have one guy with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I'm sure there's a lot of coaches out there in the country like that. But Jake Scarton's in there right now, and he asked me a while ago, and I said, go ahead. I think it's a good idea for him. He's sitting behind catch. When it's a depth problem and you're maybe don't have a chance to compete. And Jake's, I think, a really good kicker. But I think he needed to test the water so he could feel good about where he was. And I think there's a lot of places he could go kick. I think he's really good. And you guys watch him sometimes in pre-practice. He's got a talented leg, and he's sitting behind Kessler, who's got 2 more years left. So, but that's the one guy that I've talked to about it. And I said, hey, I encouraged him. I said, hey, go look and see just so you can find out what's out there. So if that happens, then we'll go look for a backup kicker and get another good one like we got with Jake.
So you're the holder now, right?
If he goes, yeah, but I got you still here, right? Yeah, we got time. I don't want to find a holder in the middle of the season. I can tell you that. I don't want to find it like second game of the year, but we'll have time if that happens. I'm not so sure he'll leave. I think he might stay.
Anybody else?
No. But did you check the portal? Go check the portal.
You forgot to email it to me.
Coach, can you guys get in the
I'll
portal?
tell him.
Tell him. Ask Chris. He'll tell you.
I'll take it.
Chris can get in the portal, I guess.
But seriously, I'm not. Serious question for you. Can you guys see the portal? Or
I've never.
No,
We're not
we
supposed
can't-
to be
we
able
can't
to.
get into it now.
you can't either?
No, it's only coaches. I mean, you guys are the only ones with access to it.
I've never seen it.
That hasn't
Why
stopped
do I hear all these numbers? I
That,
hear
that hasn't
different
stopped
teams got
many of
different
us
numbers.
from finding a way.
The Harrisburg paper.
I mean,
got a
people
lot
can hack in and get money out of banks. I'm sure you guys can get into this NCAA
of,
portal.
Harrisburg paper got a lot of Penn State names.
Is that right?
I saw that. It was like 9 or 10. Yeah.
With so many names in there, though, do you have somebody in your office whose job is just to sit and phone through that thing?
It's funny. It's funny you say that. I said, this whole thing is going to increase staff sizes. I mean, the NCAA is trying to decrease staff sizes. I told, Graham Wilbur, our recruiting coordinator, I said we're going to have a whole new office. We'll have to add on to our facility and get a new office that just works on the portal. I mean, 2,000 kids and you can't sort through it. And who's watching all that tape? I mean, it's a mess. Not good. Another mistake.
Well,
But the kids are getting what they want. I
it's
guess
a free country, right?
it's a free country.
This isn't Russia.
Free country.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Feels like it.